What's up, brother gamers? I'm here today at Legion TD2. You asked me to do a tutorial, so you will get a tutorial. Now just bear in mind, I'm not the greatest professional at this game, but I can at least show you guys, or at least show you the ropes on some of the basics in this game. And if you do purchase this game, I strongly recommend you go to the Learn tab over here. If you're new to this game, I also do not recommend going on ranked right away. This is the mode where everybody wants to sweat and get wins. But yeah, so what I would recommend you do is go to play versus AI. If you're completely new, you have the option to go against unranked AI, which helps you, I guess, learn the game a little bit better. But yeah, if you go to Learn, this is everything you need to know about the game. So if you click on Learn, you got tutorials, and over here, it just shows you a whole bunch of videos on defending your lane, hiring mercs, earn income, you know. It says everything over here, basically. But this isn't exactly what I want you to see here. The tutorials don't matter that much. What does matter is the codex right here. This is just all the information on units, spells, and more. At least for people like me, if I go in a game and I try to read what the unit does, I don't have the time to read it when I'm worried about being on a timer and needing to build on the next round. So it's just like, it's better to maybe just like come here and read first on what all of these do. You also have the option to look at top games. And again, this doesn't matter too much, but you can observe some of these games over here. For example, I guess this first one, you can see, I don't know why it says victory. Really, this team, oh yeah, this team won, victory, and then this team lost, defeat, as you can see. This was a high-level game. As you can see, the game ended on level 11, and they already had around 20 workers. But I guess that also depends on the flow of the game. So, over here you can see what happened on all the waves. What did these guys make each wave? And what did they send each wave? So each one of them did king upgrades on the first level. Wave 2, these guys got sent snails by the other team, by Yellow and Teal. These two got snails. I'm not sure why this guy would do snails on a Nightmare, because Nightmare automatically holds level 2. But this guy maybe had potential to leak, and he did leak, as you can see, 50%. So I guess that was a good send on that guy. Actually, was that guy Fiesta? That's the... Wait, hold on. I didn't mean to click out of that. No. He was, cash out. Oh, okay. So he just, I guess, got greedy with the workers. I don't know. But yeah, over here, anyways, you get to see what top-ranked players made for every level, basically. So this guy probably had a... more of a stacked cat. The game ended on 11. These guys got destroyed. They got sent 540 Mythium. Mythium is basically like crystals and Hellhalt. This game is not similar to Hellhalt at all. But, I mean, it's similar, but like it's not entirely like Hellhalt. Anyways, Learn and Codex is where you want to be at. So over here kind of has a table of contents, how to move your camera around, shortcuts. Yeah, like if you click on this, it brings you back to the to your side. You can look at your king without like having to move your mouse around, I guess. All this stuff you guys could look at. Power score. Power score is an in-game number, like literally what it says here. It's based off of value, gold spent on workers, income, and current mythium. So this is what you see here. So basically, blue and red are ahead in this game, and they're on fire. So next to that 2.8k, you see on the left, there's like a little flame. That means these guys are doing well. And at any point, if yellow and teal make these two leak, they get extra gold because they are on fire. It's called shutdown gold. Oh, and they tell you here, shutdown bounty. I didn't even see that. So basically, this guy, or teal, made blue leak a lot. And, or maybe, no, actually, I think yellow sensed it to blue. But anyways, blue leaked a lot. If at any point you leak over like 33%, I think, it's shutdown gold. Or I think if you leak at all. When a player has, they go on fire. Yep. When a player is on fire, they have a shutdown bounty attached to them. Oh, okay, yeah. If they ever leak, you get shutdown gold. So this guy gets an extra 50 gold for making blue leak, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you got the Legion spells. This is at level 10. You get 3 random spells at random. I guess I can look at Legion spells here while we're at it. All Out Assault. I mean, it's a whole bunch of Legion spells that you can look at. One of the Legion spells that I like the most, I mean, I like Investment. I like all of the aura stuff, like Hero, Magician. This all depends on what units you have also. Villain and Vampire is pretty cool also. I think Villain's for one certain fighter, but Vampire is an aura for that you want to build with adjacent units, yeah. A lot of these are like interesting, like Robo Squad. It summons Robos and all these levels. Giant Snails. It's just stronger snails. So if you do pick Giant Snail for the Legion spells, you want to start sending more snails and make use out of this. So every snail that you get is a Giant Snail now. 300 bonus health and 10 bonus damage. Alright. So a lot of those you guys can just kind of, if you do purchase this game, you can kind of read them yourself and see what they do. A lot of the times, actually, let's say you get Villain, or you see Villain, sometimes when you start off the game, you kind of want to get it in, you kind of want to make use of the Legion spells when you get to level 10. So for example, if I wanted to choose, I don't know, Berserker maybe? Where's Berserker? I don't see him. But anyways, if you choose Berserker, oh, right here. I pity a fool. I pity a fool. I love this guy's quotes. You kind of want to choose, with a unit like this, you want to choose Villain or Vampire, because it has Lifesteal. I believe Sorcerer also works for it, I think, but I'm not sure. Sometimes this works on some units, but sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, those two would be good with Berserker. Over here is the very important part. You want to look at what all these units do. And they have their abilities right here. Their health and DPS. And it also tells you the attack type and the defense type of the units. And this matters a lot because It tells you right here, what is natural weak to? It's weak to magic. This is like heavy armor in Warcraft 3. Natural is basically heavy armor, and they're weak to magic. They take less damage from pierce, and just 90% from impact. So really, you just want to make magic against this. What's magic good against? As I said, natural armor. It actually does decent damage to fortified, as you can see, 105. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. And anyways, Chloropixie, a lot of these guys like to use, or like to make Chloropixies in the front and just have them die. Because every time they die, you gain extra 5 Mythium when the wave ends. So for those people that really like to send a lot, this is good to make. So this one, you want it to die. This one, you don't want it to die. The evolved form of the Chloropixie is the Sakura. And for every wave it survives, it gains 80 HP, 6 damage. Yeah. And I believe you lose the stacks if you do make this die and you leak. I thought it would say it somewhere. Maybe I'm blind. But yeah, I thought it would say that somewhere. Okay, this one has probably the cringiest quotes in the game. Slime Siren. And the pre-evolution is this one. But basically, once it dies, it becomes... it's a good tank for arcane levels. Or magic dealing levels, like level 7, level 8, and level 14. This one is a complete counter to level 14, actually, because impact damage is good against arcane. As you can see there. Yeah. Impact damage is good against arcane. And you also take less damage from magic, which level 14 has. That should be here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, right here. Level 14 are the Killer Slugs, where they deal magic damage, and they have an arcane defense type. A lot of this game is about learning the waves, also. And I'll show you guys later in the sandbox, or I can play against an AI. I'll do that. I can play against AI and show you guys that they have like a little chart in the game that shows you the attack types and the defense types. It's very helpful. That's why I'm saying, like, at the same time, this game is beginner friendly, but it also cannot be beginner friendly if you don't look at this stuff. But it's like a lot to process and a lot to keep in mind. So these blobs are actually from level 7. These are the sludge. When the sludge dies, it makes a blob. Kinda like the slime siren. When this dies, it becomes this. The slime larva. It's the same thing, basically. And if this dies, it becomes mini slimes. So one thing to keep in mind in this game also is you have auras. And a lot of units require mana. A lot of units require... like the Crab Warlock require mana. Some units, like Leviathan, this boosts the damage of all air units. Like, if I can find an air unit. Peewee, Veteran. This is an air unit. Oh, maybe it's not anymore. It used to be an air unit. It's supposed to say air here. Or maybe it doesn't say that anymore. Or... wait, hold on a second. Oh, okay, here, air. Wait a minute. Does it say air there? No. I could have sworn this was an air unit. Oh yeah. No longer flying. Oh, okay. So they changed it. Oh, this one's flying. Oh, so Veteran's actually not flying. I completely missed that. See, I'm learning things as I go. What is a flying unit, though, is Violet. Flying, and this will benefit from the Leviathan. I think Adam is also flying, I think. I wish it would tell you. Or maybe I'm not seeing it. This becomes a flying unit. Yeah, I think it just tells you here. So the Adam isn't, I guess.
Only if we do it my way.
Yeah, flying unit. Gargoyle. No, that's no longer flying. But the first evolution is flying. This one's flying. Or used to be. I want to say this is flying. And also the new unit, Pulse Bot.
Remote activated. I've got you in my
The evolution is flying. So this is a very good combination with Leviathan. Make Skybot with flying. With the Leviathan. So a lot of this just depends on your role and the combinations that you can make with it. The best mana unit that you can get is the Steed. Restores mana of nearby allies. And obviously the Pegasus, which costs more, gives more mana to allies. Now, I've been loving Angler recently, and Angler is perfect with Steeds. It's just perfect. So basically the final evolution is a Kingpin. So if you have max mana on a Kingpin, it's basically the strongest it could ever be. As you can see here, it says gain 20 plus 20 bonus health and plus 1.2 bonus damage. Every mana gained from the previous forms. So basically, if this has max mana, it's very strong. And I would suggest that you don't build any other mana units in the early game. If you're going Angler, just make Angler only as a mana unit. That way you can get that mana up faster. And you can get your Kingpin by like level 9. And that automatically holds level 9 also, because Kingpin is just so strong with full mana. And it's also good for you on level 10, because it does pierce damage to level 10, which is the Granddaddy. He's got Arcane armor, so Arcane is weak to pierce and impact. Although, it would be nice to also have a tank for this, because the boss does fortified damage or impact damage, and he's got fortified armor, so he's kind of weak to it as well. But at the same time, he deals good damage to the boss. So you're most likely gonna hold, in other words. So yeah, definitely recommend do not make other mana units if you go Steed and Angler. Just get this guy's mana fast up. You also have Iron Maiden, which is really good with Steed. It just creates more arrow volleys. It's an AoE, and just it keeps summoning Blade Storm, which you guys can read what it does here. It can hit up to 10... Or how many targets does it hit? It hits pretty much the whole wave. But if you go with Steed, it can shoot out more and more arrows. Apparently on this, it says it's swords. Yeah.
Darkness.
This is also another mana unit. It just summons crabs for you, and they're kind of strong actually. Pierce and fortified armor. Pierce damage and fortified armor. Atoms also require mana. A lot of this stuff you just kind of Gotta sit down and read. Like, even Violet is another mana unit. And it does some sort of AoE to the creeps. It's really strong, actually. You gotta keep in mind that Violet also has insanely low range, so a lot of the times it'll die if you don't have, like, a tank with it. Looking hot! And then you have, like, tank units like this. Canopy. Arcane Armor, very good for level 7 and 8 to tank. And it regenerates health on its own. What other tank units are there? You got Golem. It's a fortified tank. You can also harden. It has an ability to harden. If you're expecting Ascend on a certain level, you can harden and make your Golem or your Mudman stronger for that level. Oh, and this is one of my favorite units, Sovereign. Or, well, this one's Sovereign. And this one's Holy Avenger. So yeah, after... This is another unit that's really good with Steed. You do also have Disciple. Where's Disciple? Right here. Disciple itself is like the Disciple in Hellhalt. Like, it deals damage, but the Evolved Form actually gives mana regen, except this is for adjacent units. So any mana unit that you have, like Sovereign or, I don't know, Hades, for example, you want to build it adjacently with the Starcaller to get that extra, the summons out faster. We got Banana Haven is also a tank. This is a really good tank that I like also. Yeah, a lot of these things you gotta just sit down and read. This unit, I don't really know how good they are. Yeah, so they tell you everything here, basically. Like AoE. All these guys are AoE. Dread Knight is an interesting unit.
Is ours. I am a one-man army.
It creates copies of itself after a certain amount of attacks, 5 attacks. So you want to have tanks in front of this so that he can get out those copies and you can be dealing some really good damage to the creeps.
Let them rot.
Tree of Knowledge, just like in Hellhalt, after it dies, it blows up. Same thing. This unit's really good for something.
My bark.
The Treant. It's really good for a tanky unit. Like I would put this in front of a Sovereign or a something that you want to keep alive longer, basically. Even a Berserker or a Doppelganger. So if you build this in front of those units, it gets this bonus. And where's the Tree of Knowledge? It's kind of hard to see all the units here. But anyways, you guys get the point. There are mana units, units that require mana. There's AoE units. There's flying units. There's units that require lifesteal. Bone Warrior is similar to Hellhalt TD, where it becomes either
My arrows are ready.
a fire archer,
I am not fat. I'm a little bony. There's
dark
magic
mage,
all around.
and then this.
My arrows are ready. I'll take care of that for
Jesus,
you.
their quotes are kind of loud. And then Bone Crusher is the one we never build in Hellhalt. Because, well, this one's much better than the one in Hellhalt. But yeah, you have the AoE. You have a whole bunch of different auras. Even Sky Queen requires mana. And if you just go here and you read what all of these do, you'll have a much better time in the game. And this is also another tank. Like, it tells you, basically. Reduces damage taken from ranged units by 15%. It just tells you everything here, and this is where you have to go. So, King spells. You can kind of read what all the spells do here. I think you get them at random. Yeah, you obviously don't get to choose. And you also can't control King, which is crazy. But you can also increase attack, regen, and the King spell to your King. And the maximum you can do this on is 10. 10 upgrades of each. We looked at the Legion spells earlier. The main thing is just like the units. Oh, that's right, I didn't even look at the mercenaries. Completely forgot about that. So, like I said, with the giant snails, you can see the big difference between giant snail and regular snail, of course. 540 health is surprisingly much better than 240. I mean, that's being sarcastic there, but basically you're sending out something that deals more damage and is tankier. And it'll only cost you 20 Mythium. So you can see why going for this giant snail Legion spell would be pretty good. Right here. Your future snails are replaced with giant snails, yep. And they're stronger. It would be really good to go against, or to choose giant snail with, if your opponent has like
Winds guide me.
A Sky Queen, for example, or a lot of good pierce damage, like even Gatling Gun. Even though Gatling Gun does still deal decent damage, but the giant snail would be a pretty good counter to that. Robo does really good damage for only 40 Mythium. You do get less income for it, but at a good price where you can probably make your opponent leak. And it's a pretty good merc, to be honest with you. Magic damage, fortified defense. Defense doesn't matter too much because it doesn't have many hit points. The armor type, I mean. But the magic damage is good if you want to shut down any natural tanks. If you want to DPS stuff down, I would definitely go with this.
Attack!
Lizard's just like basic. Pierce damage, natural. I don't send these guys too often. But I guess you can send them against something that's swift armor. Because obviously that's what Pierce is good against. Swift and arcane. A nice dragon turtle. This sometimes makes alright, it's really good against Honeyflower to send dragon turtle to in the early game. I think if you send dragon turtle on level 2, it'll make a Honeyflower leak. Honeyflower, I saw it here somewhere, yeah. As you can see, it's pretty weak to Dragon Turtle. It's natural armor, and it deals magic damage. Now, I know it's AoE, but the Dragon Turtle can still damage it down fast with that magic damage. And also, it's resilient to its attacks, of course.
I will maul you.
Okay, there's a Brute. Obviously, Brute's good. It gives you less income than, for example, a Fiend. Fiend gives you 18 income.
For the clan.
A Brute gives you 15 income, but it's got an ability. And a lot of the times, it's also got more damage, of course, but a lot of the times, this is situational. If you want to make your guy leak, this could be a good option for... I've seen some people send Brutes to try to make Pyro leak on level 4. It's a pretty good option because it's impact damage that you can send on the Pyro. Obviously, anything that does AoE, Hermit is really good to send. Similar to Hellhalt as well. Hermit's really good to send against AoE. When you send Hermit level 1 and you have like a spawn of Dragon and Hellhalt, yeah, Hermit usually makes that leak. Actually, in one of the games, spoiler alert by the way, in the in the upload where I play ranked with my friend, they send me a Hermit on level 4 and I leak with Pyro because it's obviously really good. Also, one thing I didn't mention about Pyro, and this is a... Where is Pyro? Oh, I can actually search, right? Yeah.
Wanna turn up the heat?
So this is actually much weaker to flying units. It only does 30% to flying. So that's why a lot of people like to send level 4 against Pyro. This is a very beginner-friendly unit. It helps you clear level 1, 2, and 3 without an issue. Sometimes people do send Brute on level 3 versus this, and I just leak the Brutes. It's not really a big deal. It's to send on this guy, you want to send level 4. But you also want to have a counter to level 4 if you go Pyro. Because level 4, they are, Oh. Level 4, they are flying units, as you can see. They're flying. So it's pretty much a complete counter to Zeus. Not to Zeus, to Pyro. As you can see. So in that game, you guys are gonna see that I leaked level 4 because he sent me pretty big. He sent me a Hermit and a Snail. I tried to counter it, but I didn't do good enough. It was a big send. They saved for it. So, it is what it is. But I still played pretty well that game. When you guys see it. Fiend attacks a little bit faster, but it deals less damage. But sometimes these guys are good to send against, for example, a Yozora early game. If you want to send a few... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I saw Yozora here somewhere, yeah. Because Yozora has Swift Armor, anything with Swift Armor, really, you kind of want to send something that has Pierce damage. Like a Fiend. But Fiend isn't always the best option for that. Dinos are just very tanky units. As you can see, it's 1000 health compared to these other ones. This is really tanky. It's only for 80 Mythium. These I like to send on the range waves. Like level 8, level 11. Sometimes level 15 if... You really want to send these if your opponents don't have a lot of magic. And it could be really good to send these. So for example, on level 8, you want to send dinos. Let's say on level 8, your opponent has... Where's Sky Queen? Let's say they have Sky Queen.
Clear the skies.
This does really good damage on level 8. So if you want to make... So basically a good counter to that would be the Dino. Because it's natural armor, and it's very tanky. So by the time this thing dies, hopefully the rest of the wave will kill the tanks that the Sky Queen will have to try and clear that level. And the rest of the wave will get to the Sky Queen and kill it.
Let's go.
You just gotta keep in mind, the Sky Queen is the one that's dealing damage. So if you're sending stuff like dinos and snails, you can at least delay the Sky Queen dealing a lot of damage to the wave itself. Because on level 8, as you can see, it's Swift Armor. And Pierce is really good against Swift Armor. So if you send stuff that tanks the Pierce damage that the Sky Queen puts out, like this, a good tank, you can make him leak. It's just a lot of stuff to like kind of pay attention to. You get a lot of income stuff as well, like Cannoneer. If they have a lot of fortified armor, I guess this is good to send.
Destruction!
Imps are pretty cool to send, especially like on level 7. If you can get an imp on level 7. On level 7 you got like the blobs. So they spawn in... There's gonna be like a lot of spawns on the blobs. When they die. So like, if you build the imps...
Hello!
That's like more units. Because every time you build one imp, you get an extra one. They spawn in pairs. Of course you get less income for it. Compared to like other stuff.
Lock and load.
As you can see,
Lock and load.
Cannoneer gives you 30 income. And it only costs 100 Mythium. But this one gives you less Mythium. Or less income. But it's for the same Mythium. It's because they have abilities. That's why they cost less. Or they give you less income. This is an aura that's really good. Basically all the units around it take less damage. This is another income creep. It's pretty strong. If your opponent again has a lot of natural armor, you can send this and try to make them leak. If they have like a lot of natural armor tanks. This one's another aura. Increase the attack damage of nearby allies by 5. 15 for the bosses. Obviously does not stack, so you just want to send 1. And honestly, this is a pretty tanky unit also. 2000 health. It's pretty tanky, it's really strong. Mimic. This one's interesting. If they do have... Again, it all depends on the armor types of your tanks. Of your opponent's tanks. If they have Swift and Arcane, you want to send a Mimic. If you have multiple amounts of units, like if you're just spamming units on the other side, like small tier 1 units, this is also good to make. Because the more kills this gets, the more gold you get. Gain plus 2 to 9 gold, based on the wave number, each time it kills a unit. So it helps out when your opponent is like building a lot of units. And this is actually used, this is the meta in the game mode Gigamercs. Right here. On Classic, Gigamercs. When people just spam Mimic, that's the meta right now for Gigamercs. Because, yes, you're getting less income for Mimic. As you can see here. Mimic does cost 160 Mythium. It gives you only 40 income. Whereas a Drake is 120 Mythium and it gives you 36. This is an income unit. Because it has no ability, but it's just there for income. And does decent amount of damage. But this stuff right here, like Pack Leader and Mimic, they only give 40 income because they have pretty strong abilities. This one being that it makes your whole, the whole wave stronger. And this one gives you gold if it gets kills. But this would have to, from what it says over here, it has to get the last hit. So I guess it is situational. But that's the thing, it does good DPS. So there's a high chance it'll get kills. So basically on Gigamercs, you'll get like a gigantic Mimic. If you send this like 3 or 4 times, it'll be like a big Mimic that gets more and more health and more damage. And it's just out there to gain gold. So not only are you making your opponent leak, you're also gaining gold. If you do make him leak, that is. But you get gold, and that kind of compensates for you getting less income for it by sending it, I guess.
Hey, my pot is empty.
This is cool. If, like, let's say they have, like, a lot of AoE to send. Let's say somebody made Aquas. Or, not Aqua. Yeah, Aqua. Aqua on level 8.
Drop dead.
These bounce attacks, they often bounce to the creeps itself. If you make this for level 8
Time to get the
against
pot
Aqua,
dirty.
it can heal the creeps around it once it dies. But that's if it dies. Because sometimes if you get bad aggro, this might not die. But you want to also send this on range waves, I guess. It's just a big tank. As you can see, it has a lot of health. And if it dies, it heals everything else around it. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, what does this potion
This
do?
is just a summoning unit. Summons Frogos. Not the highest DPS, but the summons are pretty strong.
Smash.
A lot.
Oh, what does this potion do?
Yeah, so this unit is also a low-income unit. From now on, they're all gonna be low-income units, but I'm trying to think where this could be a good level to send on. Again, it all depends on the builds that your opponents have.
Smash.
Ogre is really strong to send early if you get the chance to do that. I think I do it at one point in one of my videos. Or the one that I'm uploading today.
Can't touch this.
Ghost Knight's got a nice ability. Reduce damage taken from auto attacks. Non-ability damage by 20%. Yeah, he's got very high hit points, as you can see. Even higher than an Ogre. And this costs 200. And this costs 240. But it kind of needs the high hit points, because Swift Armor is kind of weak to a few things. I like this guy's quotes, by the way. I am invincible. So then we got the Four Eyes. So this deals extra damage to the same target as time goes on. So really good against big tanky units, or
Chaos. Disorder.
big units like this, like Sovereign. It's a good counter to Sovereign. I guess Dread Knight.
I am a one-man
Well, no.
army.
If it's targeting the Dread Knight, it is a counter to the Dread Knight. If it's targeting its clones, then no. Yeah, Doppelganger. All these big units, Four Eyes will counter. So it's important to send against that.
Here.
This is nice when there's multiple enemies, and also if there's like swift tanks like Yozora, this is also good to send against. Yozora, Berserker, Centaur is really strong, and it also does cleave damage to. Let's say there's like other tanks around. If there's like other units around, like your opponent's tanks, this guy will do that cleave damage, which is obviously very important.
Let the shadow purge you.
Shaman, just like in Hellhalt, it's the same thing. It just increases. It's good against boss rounds. It increases the attack speed and damage for like bosses and stuff. I mean, for any unit, but it's best to send it on bosses like level 10. If you can get it on level 10, that is. On level 10, level 13 is pretty good. 15, 18. Level 20 is also a boss wave. Well, really, the main boss waves are 10, 15, and 20. But on level 13 and 18, they're powerful units. They have they're few in numbers, but they're powerful. And same with 18. Compared to the other waves, there's less units here, but they're much stronger, as you can see. You see 1,300 health, less damage. But then look at the next wave. They're less in numbers, but look how strong they are. So that's where, like, maybe Shaman could be useful. To make these units even stronger. And that way, they don't target... It doesn't make any sense to send it on waves with multiple numbers. Like, I'd rather just send a pack leader at that point. In the waves that have multiple numbers. And the pack leader is this one, the one that I showed you guys, the one that deals or helps deal more damage to the units around you. So yeah, basically just send this on boss rounds or level 13 and 18. It's good to send this. Siege Ram, really good for range DPS. Again, this is a complete counter to Sky Queen, Gatling Gun, Elite Archer. You want to build a Siege Ram. Any good range DPS, this is pretty good. As long as it doesn't have impact damage. Because this is weak to impact. Then you have the Needler. Wait, this doesn't have... Yeah, see? Reduces damage taken by... I didn't read that before. 15% by range units. Range DPS Mercenary. It does do quite a lot of damage, but remember, this guy attacks really fucking fast. Gains 50% attack speed for 15 seconds, stacks with itself. So the longer the wave goes on, the faster this thing attacks. Reduces the duration or effectiveness of most debuffs. This is just a big, gigantic fucking arcane tank that you want to send. This would be good to send on like level 15 if you get the chance to do it. Because level 15... A lot of people want to build magic for level 15. And the quadrupuses have natural armor. That's why you want to build magic on this boss wave. The giant quadrupus is the boss. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I didn't actually know that. Reduces the duration or effectiveness of most debuffs. If you get debuffs. But yeah, because of that natural damage, or armor, that's why people build a very strong magic unit. Like Hades.
I am eternal.
Or, if I can find it. Where's Priestess? I don't see Priestess. I could search it. Or Priestess.
Hey, sailor.
Which then upgrades to Azeria.
The oceans rise!
It's a pretty good counter to level 15, because it also has arcane defense. And it has a nice ability, like a mana shield. Kind of like in Warcraft 3, as a mana shield. So yeah, the main thing to really look at is, oh, look at this. I didn't even know they had Frogos. These are the summons for the witch.
Oh, what does this
Summons a
potion
Frogo.
do?
And it tells you here what it even does. Yeah, they're pretty strong, the Frogos. But yeah, this is good. If your opponent has a lot of magic, this is good to send. Alright, so I think that kind of takes care of all the units. I mean, again, I can spend here all day and look at all of these. I think I'd rather encourage you guys do this. You have units like this where you want to overbuild.
I have the heart of the mountain.
Because this gets you extra gold if they survive during the wave. If you expect this to leak the wave, you do short selling. And you don't get the gold for the wave, but at least you don't lose it. Then you have units like this, like the Pirate Skeleton.
Some dead men do tell tales.
And Grawl. It's kind of like crabs, like it gives you the ability to sell it for 90%. You don't lose out too much on selling it. Kind of like crabs in Hellhalt. Yeah, it's a kind of a lot to look at here. Yeah, then you have healing.
Ancestors,
Good healing units like this, like Desert Pilgrim. Heals a nearby ally for 120 health, bouncing to 3 early allies. So this is like Chain Lightning, or Chain Healing, the Shadow Hunter in Warcraft 3.
The spirits are strong.
Increases the the max health of the forward-most positioned fighter by 1,500. Cast once, stacks with itself. Yeah, this is also really strong. To make your front fighter even stronger. Like, let's say you have a really good tank. If you make this with it, it makes it even stronger. I think it's really great. And then you have the, where is it? The Sea Dragon. That also heals. But while it heals, it also takes... It kind of hurts itself. It takes damage. Oh. So yeah. Again, strongly recommend you guys go here before you play this game. I can spend here all day and look at units. The great thing is, I'm even learning things myself here. Oh, this is the crabs from the summoning unit, the Crab Warlock. The Pincer. I'm learning stuff myself here too. There's one thing I didn't mention about Kingpin also. If your ally, let's say you don't have Steed, if your ally does Fiesta, and he leaks, this could be extra kills for your Kingpin to get extra mana, because this feasts on getting kills. It relies on getting multiple kills in order to get its mana up. This is a pretty good tank for Swift. You could either change it to DPS, Magic DPS, Seraphim, or you can change it to a Devilfish to tank. As you can see, there's quite a considerable difference in in health over there. So you want to use the Devilfish, and you can, and it doesn't cost anything to just switch this. You can change it in game. You see it has an adaptability. Changes form into Seraphim or changes form into Devilfish. You can only do this during the building phase. So if you want this to tank on, let's say, level 6 or level 4, you can make this. Since on those waves, the creeps deal impact damage. And impact is not very strong against Swift armor, as you can see. The Arc of Justice deals extra damage on a single target. It's similar to the Four Eyes. Where is it? Right here. It's pretty much similar to the Four Eyes, except obviously the Arc of Justice does more damage. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys here. Grawl is also pretty good combination with Egg Sack. A lot of the times players will make this on level 1. And then they go and sell it on level 2 to make an egg sac. And if the egg sac does not break, then your Hydra is going to be stronger. And obviously, this is similar to the Hydra in Hellholt. Once it dies, it splits into 3 units. Except, this does impact damage, not magic damage. Yeah. Butcher,
Let me give you a taste.
Head Chef, Butcher, Lifesteal Aura, really good with Doppelganger. Or anything else that has high attack speed, like this. See, 15 seconds. Oh no, that's attack cooldown. Well, this attacks fast, anyways. And yeah, if you guys purchase this game... Oh, my game kind of bugged. I don't know what's going on right now. Hello? Game? My game froze. I don't know what happened. Alright, so I'm gonna quickly get into a game versus AI, just to show you guys a few things. I don't know what's going on right now. This never happened to me. I can't even Control-Alt-Delete. What is going on? Hold on, I'll get back to you guys on this one. Okay, never mind. It finally worked. I don't... That was really weird. That never happened to me before. Ugh. So obviously, I can go into bigger depth with this, but I'm not the best at explaining things. I hope you guys are getting something out of this. But basically, if you purchase this game yourself, I'm telling you to go to the Learn tab, and you can learn a lot about this game by going to the Learn tab. Most of the game is just armor types and the damage that they deal. That's basically the game. It's kind of like Hellholt. You gotta know the waves, and also know the creeps, the mercenaries that you're sending. If you guys watched other games of mine, like Hellholt, that's basically it. Except, obviously, there's no Seraphim. There's no, big-ass unit. That's just a change. There we go. The game's finally loading. So... you may ask, how did I get this avatar? This is the girl in the campaign. You go to Floating Isles.
Come a little closer.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting how in the campaign they have like the flags of certain opponents. For example, we have an Italian rat over here.
Well, how about that?
A Danish magician, I guess. And then this girl
Wow, hello there.
is the one that I chose as my avatar. She's pretty cool. But that's basically where I got her from, and when you go to the shop and you go to Card Trader,
Welcome. How about this one?
just click on anything. Card to unlock. It doesn't matter what you click on there. You see Jill McDonald here. You get card fragments over time. So I basically chose to unlock her here. Unless you're lucky enough to get her in the shrine and you spend your essence. So for example, I can also reroll the units here if I don't like it. I actually need Adam. I almost finished my monument. I'll show you guys later. But let's say I want to spend my essence on the random card here. You see?
Take your time.
Spend this much essence to get a random card, and it gives you premium essence, or I think that's what it's called.
This one.
No, card fragment. It gives you card fragments. So that accumulates over time. The more you spend your essence on that. Or you could also buy it, but I didn't do that. And eventually I got up to 32 card fragments and got her. And that's how I got her. So let's see what random card I get.
Good luck.
That's not a very rare card.
Wonderful.
So I got a Dire Toad. I guess. And then you see I unlocked a card fragment. I think that's what it's called. It took away some of my essence, but there's a way to get more essence. You could also buy it to get the premium essence. But who really wants to spend money on the game? But yeah, basically I got Dire Toad. I got these two. Or one of these two. On your profile, and you go to monuments, if you fill this up, you get an achievement. So I needed one more atom. So that's why I kind of wanted to shop and play for this.
Welcome.
I guess I could buy it myself when I get 20 card fragments, but it's nicer to get it at random if I can. So you get an achievement for that. You can also spend, if you want, spend money on getting your game coach. I don't have game coach equipped because he gets annoying. Because, like, you know, he gives you advice and shit. Like, oh, you overbuilt on level 2 and that's where the game went wrong. Like, he'll tell you shit like that. You can buy different skins for this guy. You can also buy different backgrounds. I really like this background, but it does cost a lot. Well, I guess it would cost $10 because it said it cost $12.60 for that. And obviously, there's the play styles, which I'll look into with you guys. Actually, I'll do that right now. If you go to Sandbox, you should look at playstyles. If you want to read them carefully, go to Sandbox. Like, without being on a timer. So, you can either choose the races themselves, or you can choose Mastermind, which is what everybody does, and you get a random roll. A lot of newbie players, they just go for this stuff. But if you go to Mastermind, this is what everybody does. And you get all this extra stuff. You get, let's say you lock in a fighter. You can lock in a fighter of any choice. So, oh, I didn't even notice they tell you Legion spells up here. Wow, does that happen in every game? I didn't even notice this. It tells you Vampire, I think that's Creditor, and that's Loan? Either that or the one that you have to sell. Or you can sell. Oh, it's Pawn Shop. It's Pawn Shop, yeah. Anyways, you can lock in a fighter of any choice. In other words, you can use any fighter that you want when you choose this. You also have double lock-in. You can lock in 2 fighters. It's similar to lock-in. Except, of course, if you do double lock-in, you get less income. But it's not really that big of a deal. If you want to do a cool combination between 2 units, you can do this. Like Angler and Steed, you can do that. Because they're a good combination together. Greed is just you get a random roll, and you get 5 income. That's it. Redraw is very meta. It's very strong. You can you can infinitely keep rerolling until you're satisfied with the reroll. But you could only do it once, I think. I gotta look back into that one. We'll actually choose it, and then we'll see. YOLO is very risky. You do get very high income, but you get a completely random roll, and you could also have a bad combination of units. Like, you might have too much piercing damage, you might have too much, I don't know, arcane armor. It doesn't give you a balance of units, is what I'm saying. And the game itself, like, when you choose, it'll tell you, oh, you don't have enough impact damage, you don't have enough pierce damage, you don't have a swift tank. It'll tell you. You don't have a low-cost fighter. It'll tell you at the beginning of the game. And when you do get that nice balance, it'll tell you, nice roll. Chaos is like Prac mode in Hellhalt. You get a random roll every wave. And obviously you can't reroll. Hybrid, just like in Hellhalt, every fighter is random. I think it costs less to build the fighters, but they are random, so you don't know what you're gonna get. Fiesta is a game mode where if you leak, it gives you gold. Depending on the percentage of the wave that you leak. So generally you want to leak under 50% for Fiesta, so that like you at least kill a lot of the wave and get gold from that, and then also get the benefit of leaking. I've played this a few times, but I'm not an expert. I'm pretty bad at it, actually. You want to always leak with this, otherwise you don't get full value from Fiesta. Cash Out is one of my favorites. You get to choose a very strong unit at the start, if possible. It does give you 0 income to begin with. You could just do like a king upgrade if you want to get 6 income. But if you want more workers, you can go with this to start with. And you can also choose a powerful unit. For example, Holy Avenger, Hades. You can't get Hades or Holy Avenger to start with unless you choose Cash Out. Also, this Cash Out is also good if you want to go Hydra. If you get Grawl and Hydra, Cash Out is good. Castle, this is good for late game. With Castle, you kind of want to just get income early game, and then, you know, to like survive the early game levels. And then after level 10, you get plus 45 income, which is really good. 45 income is a lot. Cartel, I don't like this one too much. Sometimes I like to do this one if I see like investment in my role. Or as a Legion spell, I mean. If investment is there. To kind of counter the lower income that you get after on wave 10. It gives you like a good start, 9 income, but then afterwards you lose 38 income after level 10. So, I guess it's interesting. Champion permanently grants 10% attack speed and reduced damage to a fighter. So that would be really good for like Berserker or some type of carry unit. Something that you'll be fighting with in the most likely a melee unit that you don't want to die very fast, and also can deal more damage with the increased attack speed. Kingsguard is good for your king. As you see here, it says your king gains 10% attack speed, and it also reduces the less damage it takes. Or it reduces the damage it takes by going with this king spell. I think it stacks. I don't remember. Double Locked-In we just talked about before. Megamind is interesting. It gives you I don't understand what the 1 gold is for. But basically what this does is it gives you a random mastermind out of all these choices. Saboteur, you start with 6 income, and you gain 4 golds, which again, I'm not sure what the 4 gold is for. I would rather just choose cash out and go for like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the 4 gold is really for, but it has a downside. You cannot upgrade king. So I don't understand why this is any good. Maybe somebody that's played this game before can tell me. But
Welcome to Nova.
yeah, so as you can see, APS, if you press the control button, it'll tell you the description of what it does. Like, it tells you the DPS, the range, and then what its aura does. Grants adjacent built units 10% attack speed. So obviously that would be good with like a Shadow Dancer.
It is not I, but we.
Or a Berserker. Actually, this is a pretty good role with it. Also, even Mass Spirit is good with this. Mass Spirit is an AoE unit. And it can dish out, obviously, more DPS with higher attack speed. And like I said before, you could even open up the damage tracker. This is why this game is... It can be friendly to beginners. You got a damage tracker to see how much damage your units are taking. Sometimes when you have a split, you can kind of... Let me just do this. Start the wave. You see? The Nightmare is taking the most damage right now. I guess it can help you to get like an idea of where should you make more units in your split. So this took the most damage. Maybe you can make something here to help it out a little bit. That's what the damage the damage tracker is for. You got emotes over here. Oh. Let's pause that. You can do something cringe like Pro Leak. You can go on like your opponent's side or your ally's side and put an emote here and give him Pro Leak. And just be extra cringe with it. You could also do it here. If you press the right button, if you just hold down the right mouse button, if you just hold it down, the right side of the mouse, and you move your mouse anywhere, you can go to emotes here also. And then if you're unsure about something, the game tells you Oreo is unsure, and you see like a question mark there. You can also be a douche and go to your ally's side and do unsure. And be like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? What is this? I wish Hellholt had this, actually. And be like, unsure as to what my ally is doing. You got options. Oh, what? It's not letting me do it anymore. Maybe because the game's paused? Oh, I think I broke the game. Yeah, Oreo is wondering what to do next. That's what this cloud is. Oreo wants to save Mythium. You're telling your allies to save Mythium. Oreo wants to push workers. And this is all with the right mouse button. If you just hold it down and you move your mouse, you can do this. I think this is Oreo wants to send on level 3, Oreo wants to send on level 4, Oreo wants to send on level 5. And if you click on any of these up here, if you right click these, it's like, yeah, there's a little bit of delay for some reason. I don't understand why. If you click on these and you right click them, that's when you're expecting a send. So obviously you also have the wave guide over here, which I always like to keep up just in case. It tells you the wave creeps, their what damage type they are, and what armor they have. And over here it tells you also what Pierce is good against. For example, Pierce is good against Swift, 20%. I kind of already went over this before, but I'm just showing you guys that they have these guides over here on the side. That's why I'm also thinking... That's why I'm also saying, like, this game is beginner-friendly. So let me actually hop into a random game. I'm starting not to talk very well right now. Like, I think I've just been talking for too long. Alright guys, I'm back. Had to do a quick video cut because I messed up the recording. It turns out my video camera, or my camera, was blocking something in the recording for the king upgrades. So let me get into, really quick, a play versus AI just to show you guys a few other things in this tutorial. And I'm just gonna play versus silver bots, whatever. Make it not too sweaty, but also, at the same time, a little challenging. Even though it's still pretty easy for silver bots. Jesus. For some reason, my throat gets worse after I drink water, which you would think would be the opposite. Jesus. So yeah, over here you have... I think I already explained this. All the races over here, but we always will go for Masterminds. And yeah, so apparently it does always show up the Legion spells before you can choose here, which is pretty cool. We got Magician, we got Press the Attack, and I think that's either Loan or Pawn Shop, I don't remember. I guess we'll see when we start. I always like Cash Out, so I'm just gonna go with this.
Welcome to Nova.
Unfortunately, I did not get a mana unit with the Angler. So, this one's definitely not one of my favorite roles, that's for sure. Okay. I don't really know what I want here.
20 seconds.
I kind of want the Angler still, just because I like it. But I'm gonna pause it real quick, just because I want to show you guys something. So a few things that I wanted to look at. So yeah, my face cam is perfectly over here. Before, I was blocking this. Not quite perfectly. Okay, there. This right here are the king upgrades. This crown over here on the side. This is to increase attack. As I mentioned before, you can increase it 10 times as a maximum for each of these. My bot ally already went for spell damage increase on the king. So he should have... Yeah, so he went for that. What did he make, by the way? Oh, he made Age of Pain.
Take it.
Okay. So he is going to be a little bit weaker on waves like level 5. And level 6. So, what does that mean? So that means I should probably look to make something to counter that level. I don't really have anything that good against 5 and 6, looking at my roll. But I think I can still go Gatling Gun, because it's still pretty strong, and then we can make some bucklers to tank. Would be a good idea, in my opinion. So we're going to be doing that already, from what we're seeing. We kind of want to balance it out, and we don't want to be weak to the same levels, even though I am kind of weak to 5 and 6 also. Oh, also I forgot to mention, it will tell you if your roll is unbalanced. Like, it'll tell you not enough pierce damage, or not enough natural tanks, or no low-cost fighters if you don't go for low-cost fighters. It'll tell you all that stuff. I'm gonna go for this, just for simplicity's sake. Just go for a king upgrade on the first level. Also, going against bots is good, because you don't have to worry about the timer. You can pause the game. You can also pause it in campaign as well, by the way. Oh yeah, that was for my Tower Survivors video. Apparently my idiot friends wanted to add this to our, I don't know why it's our, clan avatar. But yeah. Anyways, as it says over there, hold control to see the stats. And it's nice when you have it paused. So in against bots, you can just hold control and you can see all the stats. We already went over Devilfish earlier. You can switch it from the range damage dealer to the melee tank at any time that you want during the building phase. And right now, technically, it's the building phase. So yeah, all this stuff you can reread again if you just hold down control. And turret is usually built in the front, but obviously I can't build right now because the game's paused. Let me just do that real quick. You can train a worker here.
Yes, my lord.
You can hold down shift and then left click to queue up workers if you think you're gonna be really strong next level, or if you got a big send here. You can just hold down shift and left click to get more workers. I can make so many workers if I want. But to stop this, you can shift click and right click to lower the workers. And you could do this as well for like the suns. It's the same thing. Left click, hold down shift to queue up mercenaries or queue up workers, and right click to not do it anymore. Like if you changed your mind, you can right click it. This is the auto command, which just auto sends income mercenaries. This is what I was talking about. There's a lot of things I didn't talk about, which is why I also wanted to record it again. And if you hover over the gold here, if I do hold the level, which I will, it estimates that I will come out with 109 golds at the end of the day, or at the end of the level, I should say. I'll have 109 golds. So that's that. This is the Mythium that I have at the moment. This is the same thing as crystals and Hellhalt. It's just you need Mythium to send to your opponents or upgrade King. That's how it is. Let me put this back down now. I think another thing that got blocked was this, right? I think you guys, I don't know if you guys can read that. But over here, if you see team stats at the bottom, it tells you how much gold you got from making your opponent's leak, and how much gold the enemy team got from your leaks, your own leaks. So you can see how much they got fed. Obviously, you can turn auto off by clicking on auto. But to turn it on, it'll have the check mark and it'll make that noise. Yeah. This is the reroll command. This will tell you how many workers you have. Oreo has 2 workers. And I'm just right-clicking this stuff. I have 6 income at the moment because with cash out you start with 0 income. And we know that I went for a spell damage king upgrade. So we know that because I did this, I have 6 income. And of course you have the, I showed you guys already, the damage tracker and then the wave guide earlier in the sandbox. And this is always nice to have open for myself. I don't usually use the damage tracker a lot, but I probably should. So yeah. If I'm expecting a send, like let's say I'm expecting a send level 3, I can right click this. Let me show you guys when the game starts. I was expecting a send. If I right click on that, Oh, actually, even left click. It even works if you left click. I thought it was only right click, so I'm learning new things.
Alright, sir.
Oh, I thought I pushed that worker. Apparently not.
Consider it done.
Oh, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. I think turret's pretty strong next
Consider
level.
it done.
You can push one. It's a little bit risky because look at turret. It's got fortified armor, and the next level's dealing impact. But we got a send on this level, so maybe I don't know if I'll get another snail. So the handy thing that you need to know about this game is if you click on tab, you can look at let me pause it actually. You can look at what I built, and you can look at what your teammate built. Cage of Pain, without having to, like, you know, hover over here with your mouse. You can see what your teammate made, instead of, like, you know what I mean? Like, wasting your time to, like, move your mouse over here just to see what he's doing. You can literally just press tab, look at this, and then you could also look at the event history. Those masterminds, they chose Kingsguard. It tells us, actually, that they chose Kingsguard, which means they take less damage on their king when they leak. I got received a snail, and my mastermind bot didn't get received anything. They saved Dimithium on him. And as it says over here, if you press on the space button, you can see what the enemy team built. So my guy built Pyro, which is really fucking strong in the early levels. Levels 1 to 3, this will pretty much always hold. I've only seen this leak level 3 if you send a Brute against him, but he'll just leak the Brute, it's not really worth it. What Pyro is really weak to is level 4. So that's probably when I'm going to send. I'll probably send him a Brute on level 4, and I have 5 workers, so I should be able to get it. I might get it after income, I'm not sure, but I think it's fine. But the bots do a pretty good job at countering the levels, so we'll see what he makes. And obviously Slime Siren is what my my opponent's, or my ally's opponent made. So basically, what does that mean? My ally's opponent. So my ally's guy has a Slime Siren. So Teal on the other team made Slime Siren. I'm only saying that this is my bot ally's guy because this is the guy that he's sending to. I'm sending to the guy that has Pyro, Yellow. That's why it says Oreo 0315 over here. I'm sending to Yellow, and he's got a Pyro. And my bot ally is sending to this Slime Siren. Teal. Another thing that you can see over here is I'm gonna be getting not yellow. I'm gonna be getting Teal's sends. You can see this right here. The color of this is teal. And see, it says mercenaries will go to Oreo. Teal's mercenaries will go to Oreo. Whereas yellow's mercenaries will go to him. So, in other words, if I push a lot, then yellow might also push a lot. Like, if I send him a lot, yellow might push workers after my send. Which means that then this guy might get fucked because he's got a lot of workers. It's a little bit hard to explain. I don't really know how to explain it very well. But, yeah, it's like sometimes your teammate can screw you over if he doesn't have a lot of workers. Like, you'll be getting sent less. Because this guy is sending to Teal, and Teal is sending to me. It's hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it very well. But, we'll just go on with the game. I saw that he sent me level 1. I'm not sure if he'll send me again. If he sends me a snail, maybe I leak. But if I don't get sent here, which I didn't, I did risk it, but like, turret's damage here is really good. That's only if I get sent. I should leak here, as you can see. I mean, that still did pretty good. I don't think that would leak. Even if I get sent a snail, I'm not sure. Okay, so now we kind of want to build a tank. Maybe a wild shroom all the way back here. And positioning is really important. I'm still learning how to position better. Okay, get me Dragon Turtle. You want to make it so that this tanks a little bit, and so does this. So I kind of did that a little bit.
Yes, my lord.
When to push workers? It all depends on if you know how good you are on certain levels. But generally, I like to push one worker if I get received 40 Mythium. So it's really nice that I got that Brute before income. Really nice. I'm gonna build a little bit extra here. I mean, I should be fine this level, but I'm preparing for level 5, and I'm gonna need this for level 5. So this guy might leak quite a bit. Depends on what he makes. Because generally... Okay, I only kind of tanked a little bit there. So he made 2 Peewees and Harpies. That's a decent counter to this level. Oh, yeah. He did really well. He only leaked... Yeah, he really overbuilt that. He only leaked my Brute, so that wasn't really worth my Suns. So maybe right now what I should do against bots is, I should push, but I really want this. I need this for this level. What I should do now is maybe I should, because I don't know what my opponent's gonna do. Maybe I should just go for some King. It seems like the bot likes to overbuild, but I mean, I know he was expecting a Sun. Yeah, they overbuild. They definitely build on the levels they're weakest to. So right now, this is really good aggro. This took a little bit of damage, and I don't do this enough in my games, so I need to be better at this. I should learn to do this a little bit better. I'm not good level 6 either, so I'm a little bit worried about pushing here. But then again, I don't really know what else to make right now. I'm gonna just make an extra one of these, and then I'm gonna upgrade this for level 7.
On my way.
I guess I could have pushed one. My bad. So we again don't know what he's gonna... Let's see what he makes here. I would assume maybe something that gives impact damage. Maybe he might make a Zeus. No, he made Veteran. Oh, he did make a Bazooka.
Yes, my lord.
Maybe we... I mean, he sent me here. Maybe we don't need... This is really good aggro, as you can see. Gatling Gun took a lot of damage and didn't die. It's really, really good what I did there.
Alright, sir.
I just want to make a Wild Shroom. I might need to income Sun. Yeah, I do have to income Sun. So as you can see, it says I'm going to be 91 gold. I need to income Sun to get 97 to make a Wild Shroom on this level. Just a little extra insurance for me to hold. So, one thing you gotta keep in mind with this built far in front, on range waves, you need something to tank for it. So I would make something in front just to tank a little bit for this. Because the units don't go in front right away.
Not enough material.
That's really good. This took a lot of aggro, and we're gonna be just fine here. Wow, that's perfect. I'm gonna overbuild next level. I feel like I'm really weak here. This is really good aggro, guys. I don't know how I'm playing so well. That's really good. I don't know if a Polywog is gonna be enough. Like, this turret might die and I might leak here. Alright, what did my opponent make? He's a little weak to level 9. Because he has a lot of veterans. I might consider sending on level 9. Although, he could upgrade Bazooka. Yeah, my turret still gets attacked. I needed a little bit more. So I messed up there. So I guess I shouldn't have made Canopy. He just made an extra veteran. So I definitely will leak here because I messed that up. Remember, this unit takes less damage from range creeps. But yeah, I messed this up, so. That can't die, basically. Let's go with a Brute. A Hermit. We can try to make him leak. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we can try. I'll keep that there, maybe. I don't really know what to do here.
Off to work.
Big send from me. So keep in mind, on the next level,
Consider it done.
on level 11, I should say, not next level. I'm surprised I'm not doing well here. I had 2 Royal Guards. That's weird. Okay, I made him leak only 33%. Yeah, the bots... They play around. I'm not sure how that did so well. Oh, and I leaked. Okay. Oh my god, we king leaked. So... Look at the enemy team gain from your leaks. They gain so much more gold. It's so much more punishing for us. Yeah. I didn't even look at the spells. Okay, Magician. That doesn't help me at all, does it? I guess I can go Angler. With Magician.
Not enough material.
Oh wow, I leaked! I could have made this, but like... I'm surprised I leaked that. Okay, things are not going very well right now. Things are not looking too good right now, I'll tell you that much. I mean, I needed a reroll, to be honest. Oh, did I not change my camera? Yeah, I didn't. Completely forgot to do that, guys. It's fine. You shouldn't upgrade this right away, but I will. Okay, they went for press the attack. Good chance I'm leaking here.
Right away.
Yeah, I will be leaking here. This game's not going well because if we leak against bots, plus I'm sure they went all out assault. But if you leak against bots, look how much more gold they get for us leaking. I mean, also it doesn't help that my ally's leaking too. That doesn't help. That doesn't help either. I mean, this is why against bots it's annoying, because look how much more gold they got from us. Plus 292. As you saw earlier, they get a lot more than us. Even though we made them leak. Like, we even could leak the same amount, and they still gain so much more. Which is ridiculous.
Kill bounty.
Also, I should have rerolled here. Yeah, I completely messed this up. I think I'm talking too much. I skipped here. I mean, I think I still leak here.
Shut down.
Okay, good. Shut down. I made him leak. I'm not gonna push. I'm gonna use this shutdown to try the holds. I'm leaking again?
Shut down.
Okay, at least my ally's holding. This is gonna be good for us, but I can't push. Because I'm far behind right now. Yeah, I messed my roll up completely. We'll make I guess a Windhawk behind this.
Fish?
I don't think we have enough to tank here. For this level, we should be leaking. We do have this as a Swift Armor tank, but I'm not liking my chances here. Let's go King. And go 15, maybe. Yeah, plus he sent me huge, so that's not gonna be easy. Windhawks are really good this level, but I don't have enough to tank, I think. Yeah. But you see, like, how easily the bots scale? Okay, now we got the most gold, but that's only because we king leaked. But you see, I'm so weak this level because I made... I have too much Pierce. That's why I'm weak there.
Darkness goes.
Yeah. So I'll probably never be able to get a kingpin if I don't overbuild more. But yeah, all that gold that they got earlier, but they get, you see, like... Excuse me. I don't know why my voice is cracking. As soon as we king leak, they get so much more than us. I should be good this level, but for some reason I've been leaking. Why am I leaking? What? I leaked again? Okay, I guess I'm not doing something right, guys. I don't know. I'm surprised I leaked here. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I had good units for this level. I even had some tanks. I don't know. I'm surprised that that leaked. I don't know. And look, now all of a sudden I'm under. Wow, looks like you guys are gonna witness a terrible loss here. I didn't do this well, yeah. To be fair, this isn't a great build, what I have here. It's pretty bad. I'm not sure how I leaked there. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. My guy leaks, but they scaled so much higher than us now. Look at their values. I wanna forfeit, man. What is this? I'm leaking. Yikes. Leaked is about to die. I didn't have enough magic. Alright, definitely upgrade those for this level.
Darkness goes. Products claw.
I may have needed a Vulcan cannon for level 12, maybe. He's got a Hades. I'm gonna leak. Because I've just been weak all game, I don't know. Alright. Looks like we lost. I mean, I can't hold, my bot's bad. And they're just winning hard.
Shut down.
Catch me if you can.
Yeah, it's over. That's fine.
Defeat.
The amount of gold that they got, you can't King Leak even once against bots. For some reason. Yeah, I mean, look at the worker difference. I was trying to overbuild and I still leaked with this low workers. Which doesn't make any sense. And I've even applied a lot of pressure. It goes to show you that sometimes this game you just income sun. I mean, if you don't go against bots, if you go and play ranked, it's different. If you play against bots, they just get so much more than you. Basically for free. I can look it up now, actually. Bots usually start with 4 workers and aim to push for at least 1 worker per wave. I mean, to me it looks like they... I feel like they didn't really send that much to me. Like, they just did income sends. But yeah, once you King Leak, they scale so much. And to be honest, my build was kind of garbage. Like... I mean, my builds... I didn't have any mana unit, so Bounty Hunter was pretty useless, and so was Crab Warlock. But I mean, I got Crab Warlock later, so... Even if I upgraded Vulcan Cannon early, I don't know if that would have done anything. Like on level 12. I definitely shouldn't have made the extra Gatling gun on level 10. I should have went for Nightmare. Since it's a swift tank. Yeah. So I played really well at the start, and then I just did really bad afterwards. And it looks like my bot ally did even worse. None of them had recommended value, and yet they did so well. So that's really confusing to me. But it looks like they had so much value. Yeah, that's just not making any sense. I don't know. Also, it seems like the bot doesn't really send with you as well. I don't know if there's like a command to do that. But you can see the big income difference there. And you saw before how much more gold they got from King Leaks. But I really do feel like they get more than me. So for someone that knows this game a little bit more, please let me know how much more the bots get. If anything. At all, so... yeah, let me know. And I hope this was helpful for you guys. Like, at least everything that I explained. The gameplay wasn't very great. I guess, like, the split in the beginning with the Gatling gun, that was good. Like, kind of like all my units taking the aggro is what I mean. Other than that, afterwards, like, level 9 and onwards, just wasn't going well. Yeah, and then on level 8 also, that also messed it up. I mean, needed to make, like, extra units to delay in order for my Gatling gun to not die, because that's the only reason why I leaked that level. Just because the Gatling gun died. The thing is, yeah, I didn't have enough gold, so that's why. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope it helped. Again, go to Learn, go to Codex, and you'll see exactly everything you need to know, basically. And you can learn the units, and learn many different strategies also from other people online on the computer. You know, YouTube, you got many videos of Legion TD2, I'm sure, of how people build. People that are obviously more experienced than me. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and hope you enjoyed this one. Peace out.